Hi everyone, and welcome to another in the series of videos covering the main topics on how to use Foxtrot NDIS to manage your NDIS supports. Now in this video we'll cover the topic of recording the NDIS payments that are received. So we've just run the billing and we now have a bunch of invoices created in the system, and hopefully at some point we're going to get paid by the agency, the NDIA, or by the plan managers. And we need to record those payments, create receipts, and acquit those invoices. So let's take a look at our plan manager, your plan, and have a look at the invoices that have been created by the billing process. Here they are all listed here. Now, we could do it the hard way. We could go through each invoice when we receive the payment. We could edit the invoice. We could come down here to the bottom and we could create the payment. So one by one, we could go and find the invoices and create the payments. Or we could use a kind of a neat feature that's been added into the Foxtrot system, record NDIS payments received here under the operations menu. So if I select that and open up the screen, then we can basically record the payments, create the receipts, acquit the invoices, all on this one page, and fairly easily. So again, there's a difference between plan and managed and agency managed remittance. So let's start with plan managed, which is the most straightforward, and then we'll finish with agency managed. So let's have a look at the filters on this screen to see what we're looking at here. So we're looking at, for the last 90 days, all plan managed invoices that are not paid. Okay, great. So let's hide those filters. And let's say a plan manager sends us a payment and it's paying this particular invoice here. So the claim is the invoice number. And you can see here that there's a line for each item on the invoice. And in this particular invoice, there are 3 items. So we enter the payment reference. We click hit the tab button. It assumes the payment's been made today. If that's correct, it assumes that the amount paid is the amount of the item. And if we want to mark the entire invoice paid, not just this item, we click paid in full, and it continues on recording with the same payment reference that each item on the invoice has been paid. And then to save that, we click mark as paid. And we could have done multiple invoices there before we clicked mark as paid to save all the payments. So that's created receipts, and those receipts have acquitted those invoices. In the case of agency managed, there's a remittance file which you can download from the portal, and it's easier actually. So click show filters, and okay, we've already switched magically to agency managed, and it's showing us all the agency managed invoices, or actually the invoice items that are not yet paid. So I'll hide those filters. Click upload remittance file, browse and find the file, and the process is simply to browse, find the file, upload the file, and it will automatically match all the items on the NDIA remittance file with these invoice items that we see in front of us here. It will create the receipts and mark the invoices as acquitted. So we would, as I said, we upload the remittance file, which automatically finds and marks the items, and then again, as before, we click mark as paid to save it and create the receipts. So that's all I have. That's payment recording the NDIS payments that are received is as simple as that. And so that's all I have. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this useful, and if you're ever unsure of the best way to do something, why don't you give the help desk a call on 02 6233 0900 or email us at helpdesk@stepsoft.com.au, and I'll speak with you then.